How's it going, everyone? This is K Collections, and we have a new Avenger class servant known as Gorgon. She's probably the most scariest looking version of Medusa. As always, I'll break down her skills, see recommendations, team strategies, and whether you should summon her. Keep in mind, she is story locked. For stats, Gorgon has the highest attack out of all 4-star servants, but in return, she has the lowest HP. Her NP gaining stats are also very low. Even with good hit counts, you won't be spamming her NP attack. She has a double arts and buster type deck with a buster NP. Hit counts are solid, but like I mentioned before, you won't be spamming her noble phantasm. You will gain good NP charge from her arts attack, specifically if you perform an arts quick arts brave chain to leverage the high hits on her extra. Her star generation will be weak thanks to having only one quick attack and possessing below average star gen stats, which is a shame as she's meant to be a crit servant. Active skills are underwhelming. Either it's a high investment or lacks consistency. First skill is simple, use it with her NP attack. The boost is really high, but it only lasts for one turn. Second skill is great, it gives you more options, survivability or damage output. Biggest problem is that she has no star gathering effect, and with an insanely low absorption rate, you're not going to take advantage of the crit buff, so save it for the guts effect. Her last skill can be amazing, but it's a really high investment. You need to max the skill out just for more reliability. Stalling an enemy is great, but that doesn't justify the materials and millions of QP you need in order to make a skill effective. Max out her first, second, then third skills. Unless you don't plan to crit with her, then max her third skill after her first. Thankfully, her passives are amazing. If you use Jolter, it's the same thing with differences in percentage. But again, with no star absorption skill, her increase in crit buff won't be utilized. The passive NP charge is nice though. Her Noble Phantasm is an AoE that inflicts curse as overcharge, which means it's better to use it first within an NP chain to boost better effects. It also charges NP gauge for your team. It's helpful, but I kinda wish it charged a bit more so it can help her with her low NP gains. For CE recommendations, you absolutely need to increase her star absorption. A crit servant who cannot use stars provided is useless. With Leisure Stroll, Gorgon will have a 145 star weight. That's the same level as Archer servants. The increase in arts will help with NP gains as well. Teacher and I will give her about 116 star weight. If you can generate a shit ton of stars for everyone, then boost her crit damage and buster performance. Steel Enforcer will give her around 203 star gather rate. If you say screw crit damage, then just use Golden Sumo. Team recommendations. This is an arts buster focused team that can help Gorgon with her NP charge and crit roll. Both Gil and Nightingale have low star absorption, which gives Gorgon a better chance to absorb those stars. This team does rely on their skills a lot, to the point where it cannot function properly without them. Caster Gil is your main star generator. With this skill, he can increase other servant star generation as well, and being arts focused, you can arts chain frequently. He's basically your main supporter, being able to increase arts, which helps with NP gains. He can buff defense, lower defense, and increase attack. This team will fall apart if he dies, so protect your king! Nightingale can buff Gorgon's buster performance while being able to arts chain with her and Gil. The healing can keep your team alive longer, and with her humanoid buff, she's effective against servants. Gorgon is your main attacker, but she's typically going to deal neutral damage, in which case Nightingale as a berserker is important. This is another arts buster team you can create, which gives more CE flexibility for Gorgon thanks to Brynhildr being able to increase star absorption for her. You will have some star generation buffs, however, it's still not going to be consistent enough due to the lack of quick cards. Brynhildr can increase Gorgon's star absorption to around 200 if the skill is maxed out. This will allow Gorgon to fulfill her crit roll until the effects expire. The HP recovery is also nice since Gorgon can't heal herself. Bryn's NP attack can also increase the team's star gen. This is more so for herself, as Bryn will be your star generator. Shakespeare can increase everyone's buster performance. This is great because all 3 servants have buster NP attacks. He can also charge a servant's NP gauge by 20%, which is good for Gorgon. The skill will also increase star gen as well, great for Brynhildr, and can be combined with her own star gen buff. Having 3 arts will help with arts chain for your team. Always use his NP first within an NP chain because his overcharge isn't reliable, so it's better to boost the others. My final thoughts on Gorgon: she's a damage dealer with utility. Her main role is a crit servant, but without a star absorption buff, that role will be far too inconsistent. You can fix that problem with CEs or support, but that means you will limit your options. Her active skills are okay, but none of them stand out. In fact, it's a bit lackluster. NP gains aren't the strongest, which is a shame. You can't spam her NP attack to take advantage of the team NP charging effect. Her low star gen also makes her reliant on others. On the positive side, her passive skills are amazing. She has high attack stats with a solid attack boost for 1 turn. Because of her class, she also has a high damage modifier. Her Noble Phantasm is good, and there will be an upgrade for it. So, should you summon Gorgon? No, save your Saint Quartz. There's just too many issues with her right now. You'll need a lot of support to make her effective. Resources not all players have. Finally, Gorgon won't have class advantage most of the time. How often do you fight a ruler class servant? That means she'll only deal neutral damage to most enemies, so you won't use her often. Special thanks to all of my patrons for supporting me. If you want to support my channel, check out my Patreon. So will you summon for this servant? Also, who is your favorite Avenger class servant? Mine would be Edmund Dantes. The guy looks freaking awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more FGO content. Follow my Twitter, Instagram, and join my Discord server. All links are in the description. Have an awesome day. Good luck on your summons. Till next time.